All right, let's get right into it. Big news today, October 22nd, 2025. Garmin just dropped not one, but two brand new Aviator smartwatches. We're talking about the D2 Air X15 and the D2 Mach 2. And in this breakdown, we're going to help you figure out which one, if either, is the right co-pilot for your wrist. So this is really the core of the decision, isn't it? What's the right fit for you? Are you after that sleek, modern look you can wear every day that still packs a punch with aviation tools? Or are you looking for a no-compromise, rugged, professional-grade beast that's built for the most demanding cockpits out there? Let's figure it out. Okay, so let's meet the contenders. On one hand, you've got the D2 Air X15. Think of this as the sleek, modern option. It's designed to blend right in, whether you're in the cockpit or out on the town. And on the other hand, whoa, the D2 Mach 2. This is the new flagship, the top-of-the-line professional-grade tool. Now, before we pit these two against each other, it's super important to talk about what they have in common, because Garmin has baked in some seriously powerful upgrades that you'll find on both watches. This is the new baseline, and it's pretty impressive. So what do you get no matter which one you pick? Well, first off, a built-in LED flashlight. And this is clever, with both white and red light options for the cockpit. Huge. Then there are on-device voice commands. I mean, you can literally just talk to your watch and say, "Show me the MEDAR." How cool is that? You can also take and make calls right from your wrist now. Plus, they've added geo-referenced voice memos, which is perfect for taking quick notes in flight. And maybe the biggest deal of all, deeper connectivity with your avionics through the Garmin Pilot app. Honestly, this is a fantastic set of upgrades for the whole D2 family. Okay, so we've seen what they share. Now let's get to the good stuff. This is where the two watches really go their separate ways. We're talking materials, we're talking specs, and yes, we're talking price. This is the great divide. And wow, this table really lays it all out, doesn't it? I mean, look at that price difference. We're talking more than double for the Mach 2. But you can immediately see where that extra cash is going. The Air X15 has tough Corning Gorilla Glass 3 and stainless steel. Good stuff. But the Mach 2? It jumps up to a nearly indestructible sapphire crystal lens and a super strong, super light DLC-coated titanium bezel. Big upgrade. They both have that gorgeous 1.4-inch AMOLED display, which is awesome. But notice that little yes next to on-device maps for the Mach 2? Yeah, that is a huge deal, and we'll circle back to it. Okay, so to really help you make the right call, we're going to zero in on what we think are the three most important deciding factors. After looking at all the specs and expert reviews, it really boils down to these three things: battery, features, and, you guessed it, price. All right, let's kick things off with deciding factor number one, battery life. Look, for any smartwatch, this is a big deal. But for an aviator's watch, a tool you might be relying on for logging a flight or as a backup navigation source, it's not just a big deal, it's absolutely critical. And just look at this chart. This isn't a small difference, it's a massive one. When you're in the air, using the fly activity with all the sensors blazing, GPS, pulse ox, the whole shebang, the D2 Air X15 gets you a solid 20 hours. That's respectable. But the D2 Mach 2, an incredible 58 hours. That is almost 3 times the endurance. If you're doing long hauls, or even just a few legs over a weekend without wanting to charge, this right here might be all you need to see. Okay, on to our second deciding factor, the aviation features themselves. And yeah, they're both D2 Aviator watches, they're both built for pilots, but one of them is playing a completely different ballgame when it comes to true in-cockpit situational awareness. So here's the breakdown. With the Air X15, you get the core tools every pilot needs, right? Directed navigation, an HSI needle, MEDARs, and TAFs. Flight logging, it's a very capable backup. But then you look at the Mach 2, and it's a whole other story. Because it has maps on the device. You get a real moving map on your wrist. You can see color-coded airspace. You can zoom in and see runway details. It'll even warn you if the weather is below your personal minimums. That's not just a backup. That's a professional-grade tool. And all of that pro-level tech we just talked about, well, it brings us to our third and final deciding factor. And for a lot of us, let's be honest, this is the big one, the price. For the D2 Air X15, you're looking at a starting price of $650. Now, that's definitely in the premium smartwatch category, for sure. But it's in the same ballpark as other high-end smartwatches out there, making it the much more accessible option of the two. And then there's the D2 Mach 2. It starts at $1,350, and the larger 51mm version we're focused on here is $1,500. Whew, That is a serious jump. We're not in smartwatch territory anymore. This is professional equipment pricing. Okay, we've looked at the battery, the features, and the price. So with all of that laid out, what's the final verdict? How do you pick the watch that wins for you? I saw a quote from the review over at the 5K Runner that I think just nails it. They said, the D2 Air X15 is a better watch than its predecessor, but I'll find it hard to convince you it's a better aviator's watch. And that really gets to the heart of it, right? The Air X15 is an amazing all-around smartwatch, but the Mach 2 is the one that's truly pushing the envelope as a dedicated aviation tool. So let's just boil it all down. Who is the D2 Air X15 for? You should choose it if you want a gorgeous, lightweight watch you can wear all day, every day. You need those essential aviation tools, but you don't need pro-level mapping. And, of course, if price is a major factor for you. On the flip side, who should get the D2 Mach 2? You choose this one if you want the absolute most advanced aviation tech you can strap to your wrist, if that epic battery life is a must-have for the kind of flying you do, and if you want those premium, tough-as-nails materials like titanium and sapphire that are built to last. And that really leaves us with one final kind of wild thought to chew on. The D2 Mach 2 is so advanced, and its price is so significant that it's almost in the same league as a small upgrade to your actual aircraft's avionics. So the real question you have to ask yourself is your next cockpit upgrade going in your plane, or is it going on your wrist?